I still remember back in the day, I used to play Minecraft on a 2011 Dell laptop that barely had any graphical performance and would crash every 5 minutes because it would overheat. Ah, the good old days. I think it was this model actually, I'm pretty sure this was the exact laptop. But something I do sometimes wonder these days is if I would have the technical knowledge that I have now, back in the day when I tried to run Minecraft on a laptop, would my experience have been better? Well, I mean probably. If you're playing Minecraft on a laptop or on a low-end PC, there are settings on your PC that you can change. And there are settings in-game that you can change and things you can install to simply make Minecraft run better. Minecraft is known for not being very well optimized and it can run quite bad on low-end PCs, but there are things you can do and double check to make this better. So today I thought, you know what, let's go over some of these things. Let me give you some tips and tricks if you're attempting to play Minecraft on low-end hardware that could potentially make your experience better. Maybe you're already doing all of these things, but maybe I'll say something which completely slipped your mind that could significantly help you having a better experience. So let's go over them. Do make sure to double check if you're subscribed to the channel. The vast majority of my daily viewers are not, and I would appreciate it a lot if you did. So the first thing you want to do if you're trying to run Minecraft on a low-end laptop or PC is making sure that your PC itself is as optimized as possible. In other words, when you're playing Minecraft on this low-end PC, what other programs do you have running? What other things do you have open? Google Chrome, for example, is notorious for taking up a bunch of RAM. On lots of these low-end laptops, there's not that much RAM available to begin with, so it could significantly benefit your performance if you just close the program altogether. And you should do this for anything which is not mandatory to be open when you're playing Minecraft, which is basically nothing. Like, okay, maybe you want Discord open. Unfortunately, the Discord app is also quite RAM intensive. You could always decide to use Discord on your phone, for example. Not a perfect solution, but it could potentially help a little bit. Something else you absolutely want to double check if you're on a laptop is that you're using the right GPU. So for those who didn't know, most laptops out there have two GPU options. One of these GPU options is integrated graphics in the CPU, and then some laptops also have a dedicated GPU. In other words, let's say you have a laptop with an NVIDIA 2060, then it could be that your laptop is actually not using that GPU, but instead it is using the integrated graphics included in the CPU, making performance in games way worse. This is quite easy to check, by the way. If you go to your Windows settings and then you go to System, after that Display and then Graphics, over here when you click on an application, for example Minecraft, you're able to choose what GPU it will use. I only have a single one, which is the 2080 Ti, but if you have a laptop with integrated graphics, then it will also show up here as an option. And there is a possibility that Minecraft is choosing that one. So if you see Minecraft here, good on you. If you don't, simply click on Add Desktop App, add Minecraft, and make sure it is using the correct GPU. Now something else which is going to be very important to do is making sure you allocate enough RAM to your Minecraft. Now I know that most of these low-end PCs don't have that much RAM in the first place, but even if you only have 8 GB, by default, Minecraft only takes 2. So if you're in the vanilla Minecraft launcher, when you click on Installations, after that you click on the 3 dots on the right side of your installation, and then you go to Edit, then over here under More Options, you're going to be able to change the RAM. This launch argument might look a little bit complicated, but the only thing you really want to be looking at is this number here. It currently says 2G, which means 2 GB. If you, for example, have 8 GB available, you could totally change this to 4. This can potentially already benefit your performance a lot, especially if you're trying to play a mod pack on a low-end PC. This is really gonna help. And besides changing your RAM, something else which we have nowadays, and I wish we had more back in the day, are optimization mod packs. Packs filled with mods made to make your game run better, without a significantly noticeable impact on the game at all. In other words, in-game you won't see a difference, but just because the mod makes it so things work differently behind the scenes, the performance increases and you will have a better experience. There are of course multiple modding platforms out there. You got Fabric, Forge, NeoForge and Quilt. If you want my recommendation, go for an optimization mod pack that you can run on Fabric that at least has Sodium included. Sodium is the most downloaded mod on the entire website of Modrinf, and what it does is it optimizes Minecraft's rendering. So it basically just makes it so that rendering in Minecraft is more optimized, and therefore it will improve FPS. It is literally that simple. I mean, look at the difference here. From 74 FPS to 239. That is a big difference. There are also mods like Immediately Fast, which are also insanely popular, and these will optimize rendering even more. So you can see here you got a little graph. This is without Sodium and without Immediately Fast. This is without Sodium and with Immediately Fast. But this is with both Sodium and Immediately Fast. That is insane. 82 FPS instead of 16. Now of course, a bunch of incredible people have done the job of combining these optimization mods together in a singular mod pack. Fabulously Optimized is the most popular one. It includes some essential mods that will simply improve performance. Additive is also quite popular and mostly tries to be an Optifine alternative, which, if you prefer to use Optifine, that is fine as well. The reality is that Optifine nowadays is just kind of outdated. It is really hard to recommend, especially seeing the mod's development cycle, where every single time after a release, it will take literal months, sometimes even half a year before Optifine gets updated. Like all of these mod packs that I'm currently showing you are already available for 1.21.11, which at the time of recording this video is the newest version of Minecraft. Optifine is not yet, and it will probably not be for a very long time, because that is just kind of how Optifine works. There's not even a preview build yet. So if you prefer Optifine for whatever reason, then you can opt for that one as well. It is also an optimization mod, but like I said, with mods like Sodium and Immediately Fast out there, it is just no longer the best option. And then there is of course Performium, which is an optimization mod pack made by Eisen and owned by MemberCat Studios, the Modrive organization which I've created. I've personally been using Performium ever since it released, so in case you're ever wondering, Kasai, what mods do you use? I use Performium. That's mostly what I use. Like you can see, that's what I got installed. But of course, feel free to go for whatever mod pack you prefer and opt for the one that fits you best. After installing the mod pack, it is of course also still very important to go to your options and video settings and change stuff around here. So by default, what lots of optimization mod packs do is set the max frame rate to unlimited. This means that your PC is constantly gonna try to pull the highest frame rate it possibly can. If your PC is already struggling to run Minecraft, that is not recommended. Please cap your frame rate at, let's say, 120, but if you only have a 60 Hz monitor, which lots of laptops do have, just set it to 60. It might look a little bit more smooth if you put it higher, but it's not gonna make a significant impact if your display can only display 60 Hz. VSync really depends on your PC. There is no saying what option may be better. I've played Minecraft on PCs that would significantly benefit from having VSync enabled, like the one I'm currently playing on, but I've also had PCs where if I had VSync on, it would lag like crazy. So try both options and see what works best for you. Full screen, you generally just want that enabled. And of course, render and simulation distance are also gonna be important. Some mod packs put your render distance by default on something like 32. Don't do that, especially on a low-end PC. Make sure to set it to 12 or sometimes maybe even lower. I know it sucks if you can't see a big portion of the world, but it's better to have a little bit less visibility than literally not being able to play. Quality settings, you can of course also change a bunch of stuff here, like disabling clouds, disabling entity shadows, disabling smooth lights. There are a bunch of things you can change. Especially in an optimization mod pack, there will be a bunch of settings. Now, generally, if you're using an optimization mod pack, most of these settings have been tweaked for you already. That's part of what creating an optimization mod pack is. But especially the general section here, you do want to go over this and make sure it fits your specific PC. Now, if graphical stuff is not so much your issue, but it's more the CPU that is bottlenecking your PC, there are some other things which you can do. So one of the most CPU intensive tasks for your PC when playing Minecraft is rendering in new terrain. When I go and fly around in this world, you can see that it is rendering new terrain. That terrain did not exist before. It is using the world seeds to actively generate new terrain for me as soon as I go there. That process is very CPU intensive. It is the most CPU intensive task both for Minecraft servers and also for your PC itself if you play single player. If your PC is really struggling loading a new terrain, something you can do is play on a Minecraft server. It can actually be beneficial to play on a Minecraft server even if you don't even want to play multiplayer. By playing on a Minecraft server, you're offloading the world's generation to another system. I am on a server currently, which means when I go and fly in this direction, you can actively see the world generating. This is not my PC's doing. This is the CPU of the server that I'm playing on. So the system somewhere in a data center, which is using its CPU power to generate this terrain for me. My PC only has to load it in. So we're basically just offloading the world's generation to another system, making Minecraft significantly easier for us to run from a CPU perspective. Now you could already opt for a free server host, like Eternas or Play.gg, and just make a free server there, turn on the whitelist, and you can just play on that server as if you were playing on a single player world, but then you're just offloading the world rendering, which can be a significant benefit. If you do have some money to spare, you could also get a server at, for example, channel partner Alienhost, where if you use code Casasora, you will save 20% off of your first month, which will of course also help me out. And by doing that, you will get a better CPU, which can handle world rendering even better, just improving your experience overall. But let's say you really want to play single player. You don't want to play on the server, you want to play locally on your own PC, or maybe you want to play on the server, but the server is also kinda struggling. I would highly recommend pre-generating a portion of your world. This can be done using a Minecraft mod or a plugin, well, it's both, called Chunky. And what Chunky can do for you is simply pre-generate your world. So you can either install it as a mod, so you could just add it to your optimization mod pack that you have already installed, or you can install it as a plugin on your server, and then using a simple command, you can start pre-generation. Now, of course, you should not play while it's pre-generating, but what it's basically doing is it's basically going over all of the chunks in your Minecraft world. Well, not all of the chunks, but all of the chunks inside of a certain area that you have selected, and it will then go ahead and generate those already. Now that means that your PC will be working really hard to pre-generate all of them. It's gonna take a lot of time and effort from your PC to do that, but after it's done, a significant portion of your world will have been generated already, and then all your PC has to do is load in the terrain as soon as you go there, making it significantly easier for your PC to show those new chunks, because they've been generated already. They only have to be loaded. So would definitely highly recommend checking this one out too. I have made a tutorial about Chunky here on the channel already. It has been a long time though, so hereby I will refresh my Chunky tutorial very soon, just to make sure it's up to date. Hopefully these tips helped you out even just a little bit. Maybe there was one thing on today's list that you didn't know. Best of luck getting Minecraft to run better. And with that being said, that's gonna be it for today. Do make sure to subscribe to the channel, join my Discord. Thank you so much, channel members. And then I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. See you later. Bye bye.